Here is the story, never told, tell now. A love story, faith under persecution. Just like early Christians and disciples, Nefertiti, Akhenaten and their followers were persecuted for worshipping one god in a world that demanded polytheistic beliefs. They were called heretics. Stay tuned for the true story in this video after a bit of history. The lost city of Amarna, built by Akhenaten and Nefertiti in the 14th century BCE, was rediscovered in the late 19th century. Its ruins revealed groundbreaking evidence of a revolutionary shift in ancient Egypt, the worship of Aton, the one god, in defiance of the powerful priesthood of Amun. Among the most astonishing discoveries were depictions of Nefertiti and Akhenaten in rare, intimate moments, holding hands, sharing kisses, playing with their children unlike any other pharaohs before them. These images, found in tombs and temples, paint a picture of a family deeply connected by love and faith. But their devotion to Aton came at a cost. After Akhenaten's reign, his enemies sought to erase him, destroying Amarna, defacing statues and burying their legacy in the sands of time. Yet truth has a way of resurfacing. Today we uncover the secrets of Amarna, the evidence of their faith. Amarna's discovery centuries later shocked historians. Here was evidence of a society unlike any other in ancient Egypt, one built on devotion to a single deity, Aton. In the Amarna ruins that were found are reliefs of Nefertiti and Akhenaten holding hands, images of them and their children, and artistic recreations of the city once buried and now resurfaced. Here is their story as told. It all started on the Nile and the peaceful community of Amarna, a city dedicated entirely to Aton, the one god, the light palaces and stunning artwork. The Art Deco influences seen in the Egyptian palace that was buried until now were not Egyptian, they were Art Deco designs. How is this possible? Art Deco was not invented yet. The ruins of Amarna prove Queen Nefertiti's love of Art Deco, which was not in fashion yet. Its beauty and design captivated the young queen in a dangerous reveal of secrets long hidden like time viewing known to royals and priests. It was forbidden to publicly display what you saw in a vision of the future. That did not stop the queen. Time viewing was known to us in Egypt. Einstein later confirmed that this was possible. But long before modern science, we understood the layers of existence, the bending of time, the echoes of the past and future intertwined. I know this because I was there. Amarna was my home. The world remembers her as Nefertiti, the great queen, the woman of unparalleled beauty. But before she became a legend, she was just a girl, a stunning European princess with thick curly hair and piercing grey eyes, sent from a noble house of Iberia. Her fate had been sealed before she had ever stepped onto our sacred lands. She was to be the wife of Amenhotep IV, the man who would become Akhenaten, the pharaoh who dared to defy the gods. The marriage was not merely an alliance, it was a necessity. The royal bloodlines of Egypt had grown sickly from generations of inbreeding, a curse manifesting in deformities and weakness. Akhenaten himself bore the marks of his lineage. A long, slender face, an elongated skull, wide hips that some called unnatural. But she did not see him as deformed. Where others saw strangeness, she saw brilliance, a divine radiance that would shape their shared destiny. Their love was real. Unlike the cold political unions of the past, Nefertiti and Akhenaten found in each other a passion that was rare. Even among royals, their affection was open, unguarded, a thing almost unheard of in the rigid traditions of the two lands. The remnants of Amarna whisper their love even now, in the crumbling reliefs where they are depicted with their children, their hands entwined, their faces alight with devotion. But love was not enough to shield them from the storm that was coming. Akhenaten had a vision. He saw beyond the pantheon of gods that had ruled Egypt for millennia. He saw one, Aton, the radiant sun disk, the true and singular source of life. He cast aside the old gods, the powerful priesthood of Amun who had grown fat on the fears of men, charging shekels for the promise of eternity. He tore down their temples, stripped them of their power, and in the desert he built a new city, Amarna, the city of truth, a city of art, a city of devotion to the one God. But power does not yield easily. The priesthood of Amun, their wealth threatened, their influence slipping, seethed with fury. They branded Akhenaten a heretic, They whispered treason in the shadows. The people, frightened by change, turned against their king and queen. The priesthood's rage burned hotter when Akhenaten did the unthinkable. He named Nefertiti his co-pharaoh. It was a decision made in love, but also in defiance. That day she'd been heartbroken, forced to shave her long, curly hair to bear the traditional appearance of a ruling queen. She had wept, and Akhenaten, stricken by her grief, gave her the highest power in the land. She had warned him of the priesthood, of their plots. She had also warned him of his own sister, a woman who had borne his child, Tutankhamun, but who had become cruel and abusive. Nefertiti had taken the boy in, raising him as her own. She loved him dearly, while his birth mother resented her for it. When the time came for their escape, it was this sister who betrayed them, sealing their fate. Tutankhamun, though young, understood the dangers. He feigned allegiance to the Amun priests, pretending to accept their ways to protect his true family. He knew, as did Nefertiti, that one day this deception would cost him his life. And it did. As queen, Nefertiti had enraged the priesthood, not only through her rule, but through her defiance. In her time viewing, she had glimpsed the beauty of Art Deco, a future style unknown to her people. When she and Akhenaten moved further down the Nile, she adorned their palace with these magnificent designs. The rubble of the ancient city of Amarna confirms this truth. The remnants of their palace, unearthed by time, reveal the Art Deco influences she had so boldly displayed. These ruins are proof of her daring, her willingness to unveil secrets known only to the few. But at the heart of it all was the light Aton. Akhenaten had been the first to see it, to feel the truth, yet in deep meditation Nefertiti had seen it too. The one God, the singular divine force, was real. It was their destiny to bring this truth to the world, and for that they were hunted, betrayed and erased, to drown the truth in blood and silence. Then the destruction came. Amarna, our sanctuary, was swallowed by the wrath of those who worshipped the old gods. The temples of Aton were smashed, the city buried, its name erased from history. Akhenaten was slain, his children, his beloved family, lost. Nefertiti, the queen who had defied the gods, disappeared into the sands of time. But their struggle wasn't unique. History is full of those who stood firm in their faith despite persecution. Let's turn to the Bible for some striking parallels. Like Elijah confronting the prophets of Baal, Moses parting the Red Sea, and Jesus speaking in John 8 verse 1. The Bible shows many who stood for God despite opposition. Akhenaten's defiance of the Amun priesthood mirrors figures like Elijah challenging Baal's prophets, as told in 1 Kings chapter 18 verses 20 to 40, or even Moses against Pharaoh's magicians in Exodus chapter 7 verses 8 to 13. The light of God, Aton, was worshipped as the true source of life-giving light, a striking parallel to John chapter 8 verse 12, where Jesus says, "I am the light of the world." I remember I was there in the golden glow of Aton, in the city that once thrived with art and light, and though they sought to erase us, to drown our truth in blood and silence, time is not so easily bound. The echoes remain, waiting to be seen, waiting to be heard. This is our story, the story of those who believed in one God. Subscribe for deep dives into lost history that confirm how God has revealed himself then and now. One God, the truth that time could not erase.